Boom, my friends. Angel Anderson here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick check, and let me check to make sure that everything is going according to plan. And I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to sit here listening. Okay, audio is awesome. So let's start for tonight. The book that I'm going over tonight, it's a required reading material for a program that I'm participating on called Florida Veterans Entrepreneurship or Veterans Florida Entrepreneurship Program. That's what is the name of the program. And this book is called All in Startup: Launching a New Idea When Everything is on the Line. It's one of two books that we have to read in the first 2 weeks. The book is amazing. The book, if you're a newbie, the book gives you enough information to avoid costly mistakes. If you are a seasoned entrepreneur, the book is a great reminder of things that you should avoid. Also, it will remind you of things that you probably miss. The author is Diana Kander, and I created a blog post, and actually I'm going to share the blog post at the end of the stream or at the end of the live stream. I'm going to keep it short today because I created a blog post and you can go back and read whatever I don't cover. But in a nutshell, I created a summary of 56 points that I think that are really good. And I'm going to go over the first probably 20 just to keep this live stream short. The rest, you can go and check the website, the blog post, and you can go over on your own. So starting with the summary of major points, startups, starting with number one, of course. And if you join, when you join, just say hi. Just, whatever you miss, you can come back and watch the replay, or you can go and scan the blog post. But I highly recommend that you at least catch this first part on the live stream and, hear my thoughts on it. So startups are about finding customers, not building products. When I started, I was taught many years ago. I'm talking like prior to 2003. That you had an idea, you had to secure the domain name, you have to create a website, you have to do all this, and people talked about business plans and borrowing money, but never talked about getting a customer first. And today, in this age, in this year, what the book says and what I definitely will advise you is you have an idea, get the customer first, then worry about the rest. Number two, no entrepreneurs fails because he couldn't build a product. It fails because nobody wanted to buy what they built. Hence, have an idea, find a customer, then build your product. People don't buy products or services; they buy solutions. I gotta fix that point. The blog post, but it's okay. Entrepreneurs need to be detected, not fortune tellers. Meaning, don't assume, don't think, prove it. It will save you a lot of headaches, a lot of time, a lot of money. Just prove your assumptions. First appearances are deceiving. That's one in the book, meaning that that's one of the, first appearances can be deceiving, and we judge people too fast. You can't sell anything by doing all the talking. Here's another great point, and one that I had to overcome. Sometimes talking and not listening got the best of me, and I lost sales. I missed to connect. By the way, I'm in my living room today. I'm chillaxing. Is great. He's great. The real pros don't play every hand. Think about the next time you want the next shiny object. True. Just like poker, luck in business. Just like poker in business, luck is not a strategy. You won't find a mentor if you don't ask. One of the reasons I think I have succeed not only in getting new clients, but in everything that I do, it's because I ask. Even in the military, I kept asking for the next job. And one time, this E9 told me, Angel, how come you always get the good jobs? Because I always ask. Put your customer needs before your need for a solution. And how can you do that? So I learned to ask good questions, that I need to ask good questions to find exactly what they need. And sometimes what they want is not what they need, but if they want it, what are you going to do? I make a recommendation, meaning it's like a vending machine. They press the button, they want a sneaker, I give them an apple because I know better, but they still want a sneaker. Are you going to give them the sneaker or are you going to give them the apple? Especially if they're buying. Let's see. I'm going to keep moving on here. Focus on solving only those problems that are causing serious issues for your customer. And one way that you can do it is interview and find out what is the real problem. Hoping and praying is not luck. For luck is not a strategy. There are some bullets that I'm scanning through here that I'm going to delete to make this summary a little bit shorter, just so it just hits you when you scan it and you read it. It's good for you. It's never too late to test your assumption. Last week I did an interview, or I had a chat that we recorded on video with Robert, another person that is going through the veterans program. I'm going to upload the video on YouTube, but he has a successful business, or meaning even though that he started in December, his business is moving along well. And his answer was, it's not too late to still test my assumptions. And I started doing that with Data Viking. I want to open a co-working space, so I'm testing my assumptions. I'm not assuming that it's going to work. I'm going to make sure that what I think or what I want to do is right. Meaning, when I start asking questions to people or potential customers, I ask questions that are not leading. I'm not assuming that is yes or no or the answer. I'm curious. I'm truly curious. I want to know, what's the deal? Give me an answer, because maybe I think it's solution A, but in all reality, it's going to be a different type of solution, B or C or D, that I never thought about. And the only way to know is to talk to my potential customers. The secret to customer interviews is not leading questions. And not leading open-ended questions. I just said that. That's 24. But again, don't rely on the numbers I said on the video on the live stream. Just because I'm gonna go back and edit just after we finish, I'm gonna go back and edit this blog post. But I am going to share the blog post in the comments so you can go and see it. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Yeah. Interview your potential customers and learn about their actual problems and needs. And I think one part of the book that said don't outsource the interviews. You, the owner, if you're the one making the financial decisions, you're the one that should be interviewing potential customers. If you spend time trying to gather intelligence now and then, I'm gonna delete that one. Basically what I did is what I do is in all my book reviews, I read and I highlight or I underline, and then I go back and I go for a second time and I'm transcribing the notes or what is highlighted or underlined into the a Word document, and I saved it. 9 times out of 10, I published that book review. This is the first one that I'm actually reading on, or going over the bullet points, and I just published a blog post about 2 minutes ago, so I need to go back and proofread it. Yeah, but it's something that I'm actually gonna keep doing more often. I got one more book that I gotta read. I'm gonna give it a shot. When you interview, people sitting down are more likely to talk and endure questions than people walking or standing. Always qualify your interviews to make sure they are the customer segment you are targeting and not just a random person. However, you will encounter sometimes that, for example, I could be interviewing an optometrist, and after interviewing the optometrist, and let's say a restaurant owner, I realize that I'd rather work with restaurant owners because what I have to offer, the restaurant owner can benefit immediately. Or maybe the restaurant owner will pay more, or maybe the restaurant owner is less of a pain of the ass. Maybe I don't want to deal with the optometrist. So you will realize that once you start interviewing your customers. I'm going to read a couple more, so I'm going to keep it short, maybe 3 more minutes. Don't be all business. The more conversational you can be, the more they will share. Always ask potential customers if they know anyone else you could interview. That's an excellent strategy that, do you need or know anybody that needs XYZ? It's a good ending for interviews or any conversation that you might have. Nothing else matters until you can see. Let me see what. To prove demand, find the path of the ultimate customer action, meaning what is the ultimate customer action you want? You want them to pull the credit card and buy your product? You want them to what is that you want them to do? Let me adjust this cam here. Boom. Yeah, okay. What is that you want them to do? The goal is to find the shortest path from your idea to the ultimate customer action. So what's the short? Have you thought about that actually? Have you thought about that? I'm actually, here. I'm going to end it real quick with, I didn't like the actual paperback, the book. I have it. I enjoy more the audio version. The book between chapters is a lot of stories, and I don't know. I enjoy the audiobook more. If you like audiobooks, go and get the audiobook. If you like the paperback versions, if you like to flip pages, I like reading books, but I enjoy the audiobook a little bit more in this particular book. My recommendation is go through my summary, go through the points. I'm going to edit them a little bit more, church them up like we used to say in the Air Force. And once or twice, go through them once or twice. However, if you want to buy the book, just, the link is in the blog post. Just go and buy the book. In conclusion, next time you have an idea, find the customer first, then build the product, and then worry about building your brand. With that said, my friends, I am going to have dinner with the family. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Just leave me your question in a comment below, and I will see you next week. Peace out.